Folks, I've been in this league for over 2 decades, scouting, analyzing, and watching the game evolve into what it is today. I've seen big trades, blockbuster signings, playoff heroics, and the kind of drama that makes NFL Sundays must-see television. But I can tell you honestly, I've never seen anything quite like what's brewing right now with the Dallas Cowboys and a certain defensive force who's been anchoring the New Orleans Saints defense for more than a decade. What I'm about to tell you could redefine the entire NFC landscape in 2026. And it's not hyperbole. This is a story about a legendary player, a team hungry for a splash move in an off-season that could shake the foundation of the league. Buckle up, because what I'm about to share might just be one of the most explosive rumors I've ever encountered in my career. And it involves a name that commands respect across the NFL. Now, before I drop the bombshell, let me set the stage. We're talking about a player who has made more than just a splash. He's made an entire ripples through the league for the last 15 seasons. Cameron Tyler Jordan. Yes, the very same Cameron Jordan, the Saints' all-time sack leader and a true icon of the franchise. At age 36, he's a free agent in this pivotal off-season. And the buzz around the league is that a serious game-changing blockbuster could be unfolding. And no, it's not just chatter. This is precise, intelligence-backed insider info that has some of the league's most plugged-in sources whispering about a potential trade to the Dallas Cowboys. And believe me, it makes sense on every level. Let's start by dissecting why Jordan is the perfect fit for Dallas, and then I'll reveal how this trade could happen, what the package would look like, and why it might just be the most interesting move of the 2026 off-season. But first, a quick look at Jordan himself. This isn't just any pass rusher. Cameron Jordan is one of the most complete, relentless, and politically respected leaders the league has seen at his position. His career stats speak for themselves. Through 2025, he's amassed 132 sacks, a franchise record in New Orleans, and has been a dominant force since he was drafted in 2011. His size, 6 feet 4 inches and nearly 300 pounds, paired with his pass rush skill set, makes him a nightmare for any offensive line. His pursuit of quarterbacks, especially from the edge, and his ability to set the edge against the run, have been hallmarks of his game. What keeps him relevant today, even at 36, is his relentless motor, elite technique, and that sneaky veteran savvy that only comes from years of elite production. Remember, he's an 8-time Pro Bowler and a 3-time All-Pro. A player who has been recognized at the highest levels year after year. Yes, age is catching up and his mobility has declined slightly, but don't let that fool you. When healthy, Cameron Jordan remains one of the game's most disruptive forces on the defensive line. Now, as of February 21, 2026, Cameron is a free agent. After finishing the 2025 season with 10.5 sacks, his best total since 2021, his market value is estimated around $8 million for a one-year deal with incentives. That's a significant number for a 36-year-old, but one that reflects his proven impact, leadership, and the unique versatility he still brings on the field. The Saints are in a tricky cap situation, and with Jordan's age and injury history, particularly a shoulder injury in 2025, they're weighing whether to bring him back or move on. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Sources indicate that Cameron is open to a new challenge, a contender, a team with Super Bowl aspirations. His interviews at the NFL Honors and Super Bowl week were telling. He's not just shopping for the highest paycheck. He's hunting for a chance to chase that elusive ring. And that's where the Dallas Cowboys come into the picture. So, the question is, why would Dallas, a team that's been in and out of the playoffs lately, target a player like Jordan? When you analyze their team needs, it's glaring. Dallas's defense has been a roller coaster in recent years, especially along the defensive line. They have talented players, sure. Micah Parsons, of course, is a superstar, but the interior and edge rotation has lacked consistent veteran presence to stabilize the front. Dallas needs experienced, disruptive pass rushers who can elevate the entire unit. Give Parsons more room to roam and become that reliable presence on third down. And as for their current defensive line, it's talented, but not quite enough against the league's best offenses. They've got players like Dorrance Armstrong and Sam Williams, but no one with the elite credentials and proven production like Cameron Jordan. His addition would send shock waves through the division, instantly upgrading their pass rush and adding a veteran voice to a young group hungry for leadership. Now, bringing Jordan from New Orleans to Dallas isn't just a simple swap of jerseys. There are layers here. Salary cap considerations, trade compensation, and the strategic fit. But here's the thing. Jordan's market value is around $8 million. The Saints' cap situation is more manageable than it's been in recent years, especially considering they're in a full rebuild mode. They're not going to hold out for a massive haul, but they will look for fair compensation, especially since Jordan's age and injury history might suppress his trade value slightly. In this scenario, a trade package could involve a mid-round pick, say a second-rounder or a third-rounder, and perhaps a late-round pick or a conditional pick based on performance. The Saints are in no rush, and they could leverage Jordan's free agency status to get a decent return, especially if the Cowboys and other interested teams see his fit as transformational. The salary cap gymnastics are real but manageable. Dallas could absorb Jordan's salary with minimal adjustments, especially after restructuring some contracts or releasing a couple of veteran players whose cap hits are significant, but who haven't lived up to expectations. The beauty of this deal, it's a one-year rental that could re-energize the Cowboys' defense, provide leadership, and give a chance for Jordan to chase a ring in his twilight years. Why is this move so strategic for Dallas? It's about identity. The Cowboys have openly declared their intent to compete now. They want to win in a division packed with aggressive offenses: Philly, Washington, and New York. Adding a player of Jordan's caliber feeds into that mentality. His ability to generate pressure, collapse the pocket, and set the tone on defense is unmatched for a player of his age. Plus, considering the coaching staff's emphasis on versatile multiple-front defensive schemes, Jordan fits perfectly. His experience across different fronts, his hand usage, and football IQ would be invaluable. Imagine Micah Parsons rushing from one side, Cameron Jordan commanding attention from the other. It creates a nightmare scenario for offensive coordinators. It would be a statement move signaling to the league and the division that Dallas is serious about contention. Now, this isn't just about one player and one team. It's about the ripple effect. If Dallas pulls this off, it could ignite a bidding war from other contenders. Maybe even teams like San Francisco or the Rams, who see Jordan as a veteran piece to push them over the top. But the key question remains, will the Saints pull the trigger? That depends on the compensation, the fit, and of course, Jordan's own desires. Speaking of Jordan's desires, I've heard from sources close to him that he's motivated, driven, and eager for a playoff run. His comments at the NFL Honors highlighted his hunger for a chance to compete at the highest level. This off-season could be the perfect storm for a player who's given everything to New Orleans, but now wants to go out with a bang, not just a farewell. So, how would this trade actually unfold? Let's get into the mechanics. The Cowboys, sitting with some cap space, could offer a second-round pick and a conditional sixth-rounder, perhaps based on his performance or team success. The Saints, valuing continuity and veteran leadership, might lean towards a mid-round pick as a starting point. Acknowledging Jordan's elite production, leadership, and the desire to shake things up in New Orleans' rebuild. From Dallas's perspective, they'd be sending a couple of late picks and absorbing his salary, which is manageable given the cap flexibility after a few restructures. The real win is on the field. Adding a player of Jordan's caliber at this stage of his career, especially with Micah Parsons already anchoring the defense, creates a dominant pass rush that could be the envy of the league. And as for the players involved, the Saints get a veteran pick, an asset they can flip or use in future drafts. Dallas gets a proven disruptor, a floor raiser on the defensive front, someone who can produce immediately and mentor the young players. But I can't stress enough, this move is about more than just stockpiling talent. It's about signaling intent. It's a statement that the Cowboys are willing to do what it takes to push for Super Bowl contention, leveraging the veteran presence that Cameron Jordan can provide. It's about a culture shift, an injection of leadership, and a relentless attitude that can inspire the entire team. Now, in terms of scheme, fit, and impact, this couldn't be a better match. Jordan has always been a versatile player capable of lining up inside or outside, and his hand usage and power rushing are ideal for a multiple front defense like Dallas's. He's a technician who understands leverage and timing, making him effective against both tackles and guards. His veteran savvy would be a perfect complement to Parsons' explosiveness, creating a dual-threat pass rush that keeps opposing offenses guessing. Let's also consider the worst-case scenario. Maybe Jordan's age finally catches up or his injuries flare up again. But even then, at a one-year deal, it's a calculated risk for Dallas. If things go south, they simply part ways after one season and the Saints walk away with decent compensation. The best case, Jordan plays at a high level, revitalizes the Cowboys' defense, and helps them push deep into the playoffs. This is the kind of move that can define an off-season. It's bold, strategic, and rooted in a clear vision of competing now. And I can tell you, league insiders are whispering that Dallas is indeed serious. I've heard that the Cowboys are actively exploring this possibility, and the negotiation window might just open in the coming weeks after the combine and draft evaluations. But here's the thing, don't be surprised if this turns into a heated bidding situation, especially if other teams see a chance to grab a seasoned edge rusher with proven production. Although Jordan's age might temper some suitors, his impact on the field is undeniable. Remember, he's one of the rare players who can still get after the quarterback at nearly 36, and his leadership can't be measured in stats alone. Now you're probably asking yourself, what's the timeline? I'd say if this is going to happen, expect initial discussions to heat up during NFL scouting combine week with potential negotiations wrapping up before free agency kicks off. The Cowboys want to make their statement early, and Jordan's camp is eager for a decision that aligns with his desire to contend. So, what does all this mean for the Cowboys? It means they're serious about turning the page, about becoming legitimate contenders again. With Micah Parsons anchoring the defense, adding a veteran like Jordan could be that missing piece that transforms their pass rush from good to elite. And for Jordan, it's the perfect stage, an opportunity to chase that elusive ring, to compete at the highest level, and to leave a legacy that extends beyond sacks. Before I wrap up, I want to remind you, if you're enjoying this deep dive, please support me on Buy Me a Coffee. YouTube demonetized my channel months ago, and I'm just trying to support my family and my autistic son with your generous donations. Every little bit helps keep this channel alive, keeps me bringing these insights to you, and helps us survive in these tough times. Now, as I look at the bigger picture here, I can't help but see the potential for something historic. The Cowboys making a bold, smart move, adding Cameron Jordan, could shift the balance of power in the NFC. It's a move that screams, we're not just here to compete. We're here to win now. And isn't that what every fan dreams of? Seeing their team bold enough to pull the trigger on a trade that could define a generation. As we move closer to free agency, keep your eyes peeled. This isn't just idle speculation. It's a real possibility. And I believe the league's best insiders are whispering the same. Jordan in Dallas, this could very well be the start of something special. And I, for one, can't wait to see how it unfolds. If you love these deep dives, please consider supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee. Your donation not only keeps this channel afloat, but it also supports my family and my autistic son. I put everything I have into these videos, and your help means the world to us. Now, let's get into the detailed breakdown of why Cameron Jordan is the ideal fit for Dallas. Starting with the team's glaring needs, and how Jordan's skill set addresses them perfectly. After that, I'll walk you through the mechanics of the trade, the compensation package, the scheme fit, and the realistic scenarios to watch for in the coming weeks. This is not just a rumor. It's a carefully constructed, insider-backed idea that could change the face of the NFC in 2026. Stay tuned. The Cowboys are hungry. The league is watching. And Cameron Jordan might just be wearing that star on his helmet sooner than you think. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you're subscribed, because I'll be bringing you all the latest updates as they happen. This off-season will be epic, and I'll be here to break down every move, every trade, and every story that shapes the league's future. Now, let's start with the biggest needs Dallas must address. And trust me, Jordan might just be the answer they've been searching for.